What's up, Juventus? We've got a ton to discuss, which is usual this time of the season, but we've got two new targets, one in the midfield and one at the back line that we are going to go through together today. When it comes to Jonathan David, has Juve backed out completely? We've got a contradiction out there, and we're going to look at all the reports together. When it comes to Milan, they apparently are trying to get the band back together for Massimiliano Allegri, and Vlahovic, the latest name to enter the mix. We'll look at the details, and we've got an old target coming back into the mix for Juventus. An interesting situation that could see us approach Genoa. And then you've got the clause that sees Lloyd Kelly deal getting finalized, which in my opinion is a wild one. But we're going to look at all of this together right now. I'm Berto, this is the AJ Sear channel dedicated to Juventus. It's June 6th. Let's rock with the news. We're going to kick things off with a midfielder that now enters the mix as a potential target at Juventus. This is Kenneth Taylor. He apparently has been proposed to not just Milan and Napoli, but also Juventus. He is valued at 25 million euros. He is a left-footed midfielder that could play anywhere in the midfield, any role that you assign him to, and he's known for his great vision. He apparently is now offered up to Juventus at that 25 million euros. There are no reports on how Juventus or even Comoli feels about the player at this moment in time. When you get to a new target at the back line, well, it appears Leonardo Balerdi, 26-year-old from Marseille, who has good feelings from Tudor and Comoli on him as a player and holds an Italian passport and would not take up a non-European slot, is potentially a target for us. And when it comes to him as a defender, he is known for his aerial prowess and how good he is on the ball. And again, Tudor and Comoli both fond of him. Will we make a move? Let's wait and see. When it comes to another attacking player, Goodmanson could be in the mix for Juventus. We heard his name a lot last season. He ended up playing for Fiorentina. It is being reported that Fiorentina is not sold on picking up the redemption, and Juve is monitoring the situation, and if he returns to Genoa, he could be in play for Juventus, and Juventus could approach Genoa for a move. Let's see what happens there. When it comes to the fullback position, once the new management is formed, apparently the final push for Miguel Gutierrez begins. The player valued at 35 million euros. Juventus previous management, even with Giuntoli, was interested in the player, and apparently nothing has changed even with the new management, and we are set to make an advanced move for the player. What does this mean for Cambiaso? What does this mean for our team? Well, when it comes to Cambiaso, it appears Milan could be trying to get the old band back together for Massimiliano Allegri, because Cambiaso is one of the players listed Milan would be looking at. You've got Fede Chiesa apparently being looked at by Milan. You also now can throw Dusan Vlahovic on the list. Apparently, yesterday reports came out, and Fabrizio Romano won to back that Milan could be looking at Dusan Vlahovic. Today, you have more outlets. Matteo Moretti jumping in there, claiming that, yes, Milan is looking Dusan Vlahovic's way. How do you feel about this one? Hit me in the comments, all right? Now, when it comes to ourselves and the striker position, today the reports break out that Juve has completely backed out on Jonathan David. However, this came from Monblano. Gazzetta reports something different. It claims that the final offer from Juventus is ready for Jonathan David and will soon be moved forward to the player. However, the terms that they said were 5.5 million in salary and 15 million euro signing bonus, which is significantly different than the reports we were hearing previously that Juve actually wasn't far off and was ready to go somewhere close to 20 on signing bonus and had somewhere around 6.5 for the salary. So you have contradictions here. And you also have the contradictions by Gazzetta and Monblano. Both very, very weak sources, if we're being serious. However, Monblano, this particular mercato, got it right with Calvo leaving, got it right with Giuntoli getting sacked. So is he going to be right here? We have to wait and see. Neither source is very, very strong. But at least Moblano did put in that if Juve backs out, it's because somebody else has probably got them feeling like they could secure the deal. Is that somebody else Rasmus Højlund? No, not according to today's reports, because today's reports suggest that Inter is the club closest to landing Rasmus Højlund and that Juventus is actually not chasing him or monitoring that heavily. They're looking at other targets. So when it comes to that striker role, we're just going to have to hurry up and wait, everybody. Now, when we get to Lloyd Kelly, the move is finalized. Newcastle has announced that on June 30th, the final move will be completed for an undisclosed fee. We know it's just shy of 20 million euros, but apparently today, Mirko Di Natale drops the clause that made this thing a final deal. And the clause was this: to make this deal final, we had always believed Juve had to reach European play. That's not the case. Today, Mirko Di Natale reveals that Lloyd Kelly, to make that deal final, we just had to avoid relegation. Wow. Did that clause even need to be thrown in there? This is excessive. Avoid relegation in a Juventus clause? This might have actually been what got Giuntoli sacked. I don't even have words for that clause, everybody. All right, now, the last piece of news today is the injury roundup, and we have good news when it comes to Colt Miners. He is back today training with the group, and he will, of course, be featuring for Juventus in the Club World Cup. Douglas Luiz should also be joining him at the Club World Cup for a chance to showcase himself, and the reports suggest that not just Juve, but also Douglas Luiz trying to showcase himself in the best possible manner and try to find something suitable for all parties this season coming up. That's your news rundown. You all know the drill around here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC Army, and let me know your thoughts on all of today's news in the comments. Let's mix it up. Tomorrow morning, we're live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you all there. Until that time, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.